There are 562 federally recognized Indian tribes in the United States. In this video, we examine two tribes here in the Pacific Northwest, the Puyallup and the Quinault tribe. In 1856, the natives signed the Medicine Creek Treaty and settled into the Tacoma Puyallup area. Today, there are over 4,000 Native Americans living in this area. Adult members work as attorneys and fishermen, doctors, and construction workers. Some are entrepreneurs who operate successful businesses. The Quinault tribe settled onto their reservation lands after signing the Quinault Treaty in 1856. There is a population of about 2,000. Nearly 700 people are employed by the Quinault Indian Nation and its enterprises such as Quinault Pride, Quinault Beach Resort, and a casino. Fishing and hunting are also a major part of their tribe income. The Quinault tribe live in family groups in long houses up and down the river and are sustained by the land and trade with neighboring tribes.
We consider our reservation sacred land, or our people do, and we had a lot of people coming in from Renton, Seattle, surfers and different peoples. But they would leave their debris, they start painting our rocks, and so that the tribe shut the beach down. And then there was a belief that we couldn't do that, but we did close that beach to non-Indians. In my lifetime, when I'm 62 years old at this time, a village of Tola at that time had 3 streets. Main lighting source was by an electric generator that ran the whole community. So improvements have been going on and can continually go on to this date. We've got a new recently new Rogers Sox Health Clinic.
Probably one of the most significant moments in Quinault Nation is when Joe Delacruz was appointed or was elected as chairman of the tribe.
The bold decision, of course, about the fishing, clam digging, crabbing rights allowed us to take 50% of the allotted catch allowed in Washington State. Oh, our fish hatcheries. Yeah, we have 2 on this reservation. The state controlled hatchery on the Cook Creek and produces more fish than any hatchery nationally. Back to the land grab. They've allowed logging companies, the Bureau of Indian Affairs have allowed logging companies to come on and just rape the land and pretty much buy property from unknowing individuals that don't understand what they have. We get to hunt and fish when we want to. Anytime we need something to go eat, it's right there. Just go get it. Hunt and fish and clam digging. We're pretty lucky to have that.
The Indian Child Welfare Act basically means we have the right to take care and make decisions for our own children, whereas like outside they would go to CPS and be kind of in the state system. Well, Indian Child Welfare Act gives us the right to basically govern our own children and keep them with our own people and in our own culture and our own traditions and make decisions for our kids who are, so to say, in the system. It's like our own system.
I would like to see us get away from the mindset of grants all the time and get into economic development. I mean real economic development. We have to change our statutes for that. A lot of times we are changing, the mindset is changing from a grant, which we are almost all grant economy down there. I mean, if the federal government went away tomorrow, we would be about 2 days behind them. I'd say another significant moment was when Joe D and Mike Mayle and Butch Butch McMines and Pearl Baller all got together and they pushed this self-governance, what they call tribal self-governance, to that way. At that point, the BIA had no longer had, they didn't shape the programs. The tribe themselves shaped their programs. What were the disadvantages or difficulties? Emergency medical help. We're in Aberdeen, Hokum, you're 7 minutes from the hospital, from the ER, from emergency care, and on the res, you're a good 45 minutes. You know, if somebody has a severe heart attack, you're probably not going to save them.
Living here, because we're so far away from anything, secluded. Everybody says we're at the end of the world. Yeah, we're away from the influence of the city.
Tacoma and the Puyallup Reservation overlap. The Puyallups never moved to the city. The city came to Puyallup. And at one point we found ourselves homeless on our own reservation. You know, when you're poor on a reservation, you can go out and chop some wood and you can keep warm. And somebody in your family can go hunting and bring in some meat. She said, but when you're poor in the city, you're hungry and you're cold.
Being raised on, the Navajo reservation, there's still a lot of people who live, without electricity, running water. You have to haul your own water, so that's how I was brought up.
Back in my dad's generation, a lot of people was drinking themselves to death, and there was a lot of alcohol being brought into the reservation, so I believe it was being done on purpose, in a way, keep the people down and uneducated, and at the same time all their land was getting stolen. But before the white man ever came here, there was no alcohol ever here, and they say that there was no diseases. The natives had a real pure blood. They didn't have no sicknesses and diseases or alcohol in their system, and it was new to the natives, so it was like, to them it was some poison that they wasn't ready for.
Kind of sort of raised up with alcoholics family, but the alcohol was more powerful than the family.
I come from two reservations. My dad is from the Fort Cook Reservation in Montana, and my mother is from the Spirit Lake Reservation in Fort Totten, North Dakota. Because whenever I go back, there's nothing there, no jobs, unemployment, there's a lot of alcoholism, and I don't want to be around that, so I just go back for a visit.
In '53, there was a big change of policy. They decided that they could terminate Indian rights and disappear Indians as a people if they could get us to move into the city, go to school, and become white. We too found ourselves poor in the city with no huckleberries and outlawed from fishing, which was, our primary way of supporting ourselves. Even education and medical services, which are a treaty right, those were all taken from us. And so we fought back. We had to fight back. And when we did, these these different people come to help us. We set up a fishing camp to witness and protect our fishermen.
The traditional Native community here. You know, if they choose, not all people choose to do it, but a lot of people do. And I mean, that's my firm belief, is that when Native people come to be proud of who they are as an Indian, then their life changes.